For the Blazers, they're also part of the Western Conference playoff chase, two back of Denver in the 8th spot at the moment, and they made a pre-deadline deal as well, swapping big men with Denver, and a deal that brought back Jusuf Nurkic. And so far, so good. In a small sample, Nurkic has been more productive than Mason Plumlee, who landed in Denver in that trade. What's the big Bosnian given the Blazers so far?
Well, my biggest thing when a trade happens like this, and I'd be interested to hear Isaiah talk about, is that the complement of players that you end up playing with. A lot of people start looking at the one-for-one and Nurkic, what are you going to do for us? We saw you in Denver do these things. Well, those things weren't surrounded by one of the best backcourts in the NBA. So what does that open up in terms of opportunities for Nurkic at the center position? Here's a play in Denver, Matt. When you don't have spread guys, what can you do? You can load up the paint. How much room is there for a center to operate? Not much. Look at the way the Wizards have packed in the zone. Nurkic has got to work down low against Gortat. He's got to be physical. Nothing happening there. Here's a post-up opportunity. Again, look at the way the Wizards can load up without having to guard a McCollum or a Lillard. There's not a lot of options out there. Ball gets knocked away. And I'm not saying that he shouldn't make plays out of there. You can, but this is the difference. Watch the attention here for Lillard coming off, the way that Lopez has to come out and guard Damian Lillard because he's an offensive threat. They clear the strong side. Every one of the Brooklyn Nets guys is staring at where Lillard is with the basketball because he's their number one priority. Well, then you forget about Nurkic and what he can do. On the roll, no backside defense. And another part of his game that Mike Malone tried to explore is exactly what Jokic does in Denver now, and that's playing with the basketball to make passes. And when you've got a ton of attention on guys like C.J. McCollum like this on the perimeter, if they're able to gain an edge and slip, he can make those kind of plays. So sometimes it's not just about the guy, it's about what that guy can do with the surrounding talent. And when you got a Lillard and a McCollum, it opens up things for him that you just didn't see in Denver.
Yeah, and when you look at Nurkic and what he's been able to do for Portland, the swap, to me, it definitely works. I mean, because, offensively, what Portland needed was they needed a third scorer. Mm-hmm. They needed somebody that can really command a double team down low or play down low, mm-hmm, or give those two guards a rest when they need it on the offensive side of the ball. And then when you look at what Plumlee brought to Denver, they needed an energy guy.
Right.
They needed somebody that can run, that can set screens. And, so very rarely do you see where, the trade is good for both teams. I think both teams got exactly what they needed.
Yeah, and then Portland ended up, Isaiah, doing a great job because not wanting to go into more of a salary dip this summer with Plumlee. Right. They're going to have Nurkic for the rest of this year and all of next year to explore what he can do. So, yeah, I think it's fair enough to say it's a win-win, and he's been playing well so far for Portland.
And he's been doing the same playmaking that Plumlee was doing as a big in Portland. 4 assists apiece in a Blazer uniform so far.